Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. I am Syafiq Zareef from DLM 4E. In this video, I will explain to you about international trades process, but I will more to basic process of shipping. They are quite same because we needed to know about what are documents needed to do international trade. Before I go to the main point, I want to explain to you what is logistic and supply chain management. Logistic refer to the movement, storage, and flow of goods, service, and information inside and outside the organization. While supply chain management is a way to link major business processes within and across companies into a high-performance business model that drives competitive advantage. Okay, let's move to the main point. Firstly is importer request quotes and order goods. Concerning order goods from a supplier. Generally, buyer will ask for a quote when looking goods to purchase, which is pro forma invoice. It is effectively an invoice that is used to provide an estimate and can be subject to change. After that, the consignee will often create a purchase order. After they create a purchase order, they will agree on shipping Incoterms. Shipping Incoterms are essentially the terms that allocate the cost and the risk between the buyer and seller when shipping. They determine who is responsible for what while the goods are moving from point A to point B. And next, they will engage a freight forwarder. The importer can then arrange for a freight forwarder to manage the transportation of the goods from point A to point B easily. And the next step is freight forwarder arrange export. Involve the preparation of several key documents used in the international shipping process, which are required for custom purpose. Document needs to be prepared by the supplier is packing list. A supplier will prepare a packing list which will used by the freight forwarder to highlight all the information regarding the freight being transported. And next is certificate of origin. Supplier will also prepare this certificate if they are exporting to a free trade country. And next is shipper's letter of instruction. A supplier may be required to prepare an SLL to provide the local shipping agent with a written record of the shipping information. Document that need to be prepared by the buyer. And then they are permit to export. If a supplier or a buyer is importing or exporting prohibited goods, they may require a special type of license depending on what goods they decide to import or export. And the next is booking of freight. Once the required documentation is in order, the supplier must make a booking for export shipment. After that, goods to travel to international depot or port. The bill of lading. When a carrier arrives to pick up the goods, a bill of lading is issued. A bill of lading confirms that the goods were received by the carrier in an acceptable condition, which is a good condition. Okay, the next point is goods processed through export custom clearance and placed in transit. Prior to the departure, The goods will be processed through the export custom clearance. This is where all the documentation is reviewed and checked by the government agencies. The full container load. This is where the shipment of one buyer take up a full container. Generally, a buyer will take up a container to ship to deliver their goods. Next, goods arrive in buyer's country for import clearance. Once the buyer goods arrive in the country of destination, the goods undergo an import clearance at the custom. Okay, lastly, goods are transported from the ports to the buyer. Once the goods pass through custom and are good to go, they will be then delivered to the buyer or agreed delivery point. Once again, the Ecoterm on the shipment will determine who arranged this, which is buyer or supplier. And that's all from me. Thank you.